I need help, boss.
Stands up and says it louder. He goes, I have a really big penis.
We're the NSAA. We're never serious about anything except grip ball.
I have drifted an aircraft carrier.
What?
To an extent, but you'll be out there alone as fuck. There's no.
Just bumping into people by osmosis of dopeness, you know?
3, 2, 1. We're going.
Welcome back to the Happy Hoodlums podcast, everybody. It's your host, Kemper Woodruff, and your other host, Mr. Zachary Sampson. We got our little bro, Josh, in the house, Mr. Josh Taylor himself.
What's up, ladies and gents?
I think this is this the third or fourth time we've had you on here? You're the most loyal member of the Happy Hoodlums, like, guest crew.
But fuck you at the same time.
Fuck you too.
That's brotherly love right there, folks. Oh man, I'm trying to stretch my shin because I went to the beach and I was playing football and I got these like deep old blisters right under my big toe because I lined up on the line and I pushed off, and just the way that I pushed off was so quick, it like split my toe like right down here.
Damn, bro. Fuck.
Yeah, so I haven't been able to like bend them super good because it was like gnarly. It's like a big one.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit.
Bro,
And
I've never had a blister on my feet.
Both feet. Oh man, I tell you what, you do some firefighting, you get some blisters. I don't give a fuck who you are.
I got a solid
man.
topic since we're talking about the bodily anatomy.
All right, hit us.
Let me tell you, I went to the chiropractor for the first time.
Hold on. Let me give some context.
Setup is
This
amazing.
dude-
I go to a chiropractor every week since I was 4 years old. But damn, what happened at your chiropractor appointment? That's lit.
This
son.
dude's called me and told me
Bro.
about this twice.
I called him.
You get
What?
laid in the front office like you came in rugby or something?
No, I got fondled by a big, muscly man.
He was like, your back feels better, doesn't it? Like, yeah.
Dude, it does. Nah, but for real, it was just so crazy and like mind opening. Like, I went to this place thinking, oh, they're just gonna like pop my back, like crack my neck, all that kind of. But like, they give you the whole fucking rundown on your spine. Like, I thought your spine was just like all bone and crap. Like, I didn't really think about it. And then like, I walk out of there. Your whole spine's got like nerves going down it, like sending messages, and like it's crazy.
Josh.
And
Okay,
even
here's
no,
the
hear me out. But
Hit it.
and like if the reason why you go to the chiropractor is because if your spine's like curved, it's like a kink in the hose, you know. The message isn't as good to like other places if your back's bent, bro. It's so crazy. I
Yeah.
lost my
The
shit.
spine is literally the highway for information throughout our entire body.
I know.
It is like
I just thought
your
it was
main
crazy,
road.
bro. Yeah.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
here to tell you, man.
Yes, sir.
You ever had one of those sensations where it's like electricity shocking your ass and you have to like stand up really quick?
No, I'm not that
Wow.
old yet.
You've never had nerve pain in your life. That's beautiful, dude.
It is beautiful.
It literally feels like a response from the muscle, just like
Have you ever had
Like,
a
it's-
tinge unit?
moves itself.
No,
You know?
never,
Never had
Oh,
like,
man.
a twitch?
dude. I'm
Like,
living young, baby.
That's great, bro. No, that's awesome. Yeah, see, my grandpa was super into anatomy, being that he was a bodybuilder, and then my dad
Yeah.
was super duper into anatomy because he worked as the head triage nurse in a prison. So
Yeah, I watched
Yeah.
the podcast, man.
yeah, so in an interesting way, like also I wound up learning about it on my own, just going through my yoga stuff. So yin yoga has a lot to do with calming of the central nervous system and using the body basically to heal the body through prolonged time within these poses, you know, which then has different responses not only within the tissues that make up your body and encapsulate all the muscles and relay all those messages, you know, works on your nervous system, works on your body through release of what's it called, endorphins and just different chemicals, hormones. That's what it is.
Dopamine,
and
all that
Your
stuff.
endocrine system just
Yep.
turns on and balances itself like crazy. So if you're someone that suffers from like thyroid issues or things like that, it helps your cells to basically stimulate production of the chemicals your body needs, to keep you happy and healthy and functioning in a way that's comfortable.
That was yin yoga, you said?
Yes, sir. Yin yoga. And so
Yo, Kemp,
basically, yeah,
aren't you trying to become a yoga teacher or something?
I am a yoga teacher.
Oh, you are? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He
so I
is.
mean,
He's
I didn't
trying to
know.
become a real estate. He's going through real estate school. That's what you're probably mixing it
Oh,
up with.
well, no,
okay.
there is no try. There's only do.
That's why I
You
said he
know,
is going to
yeah.
Okay, Yoda.
Let me just tell you, bro. As you learn, you are like that. You become something.
All
And
right.
like whether it's you
As you
learn
learn,
yoga
you
or whatever.
are.
Look, if y'all watch Ti's Expeditiously podcast, you would know that Young Thug, the great Young Thug, as he refers to him, once said, "You must teach what has been taught." And it's that simple. So it's like if I run into you in this situation, like we may talk about yoga, but I might run into somebody else. They might never know for years that I've ever done yoga. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It just kind of comes to whatever is necessary, I guess, or
Yeah.
a learning experience. Because I hope other people see me and do exactly what you just did. And you did it like a fucking fly dude. Like, I don't know. He leaned back on us like way back here just to tell us.
Bro,
He's
that
like, I'll
dude
show
is
you how
constantly
my
leaning
spine
back.
feels, bro. Check this shit out. I'm just over here trying to sit stiff as a board, like fucking focused on my back, and then my feet hurt. My ankles are fucked up right now. I'm like, oh, geez. Just trying to keep from fucking spazzing out on this podcast and losing it.
Oh, shit.
Meanwhile, Zach's over here fucking deadlifting 400 pounds or some shit.
Yeah, I know, right?
405.
I'm over
Oh,
here
get it right, son. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Don't
looking like a
belittle that lift.
twig, brother.
I tried benching 225 yesterday,
How'd you
and
That's
do?
crazy.
I got to right here, bro. I was almost there, and I was just like, I couldn't get it. So I was like, ah. But I wasn't at the gym, and I think that's what's gonna change it is when I try it at the gym.
Oh, yeah. When you got your boys standing there,
Oh yeah,
bro,
it'll be a whole different experience.
100%,
Bro,
dude.
when I did that 405 deadlift though, I
Yeah.
didn't have any pre-workout, which is basically just powdered caffeine, concentrated caffeine, and
How was it different?
I I don't know. Well, it's also got other different vitamins and stuff like beta alanine in it and stuff like that.
Yeah. Next time, snort a lot of it. See what happens. I'm just
Yeah.
playing. Kids, don't put me.
No. So I didn't have
Joke.
mine. So I had to borrow one of my coworkers' pre-workout, and he has this stuff called Seventh Gear, and I took
That's
it. And with it, I didn't even finish. So I took it in this, and my water was like up to here. I was like right here after drinking it. When I started like having bug eyes, I was like, I gotta go. And so yeah, so I started warming up. I started doing everything, and it just went up, bro. But that shit had me in a different reality.
You were just like fucking woo.
Yeah, bro. I was in a different reality. It didn't make sense.
Hell yeah.
But yeah,
Give me
that shit
one
was
more.
awesome.
Just have to kind of tag in and
That was some
read
crazy
this
dudes, man.
family stuff going on.
Yeah, dude, thing, man. Yeah, bro.
I
That
wish I
shit
was
was
consistent
crazy.
with working out.
This weekend, bro, you could be. And I know
I
I've been
know.
telling you this. You would be a stud if you worked out. 6'2" with the face that you have, that's just even like remotely athletic. Like, if you just got your body to look
Bro.
just remotely athletic, you would be such a stud, bro. I'm telling
Hold
you.
up,
That's the real.
let me get up and flex for the people real quick.
Yeah, bro. Dude,
Done.
did you like ever? They never made you lift shit around your house.
No, he's
What do you
talking about
mean?
like just weightlifting and stuff, like working out and everything.
Still gives you something.
That's true.
Yeah.
You played a lot of video games, bro. I already know it.
He's got
Yeah.
weights. He's
I
got.
mean, yeah, I got
you know,
weights. I mean, I lift stuff pretty frequent, like with throughout
You're
the
an
day, every day.
ectomorph, is what it is.
I'm a what?
Da-na-na. Time to Google your body type.
I don't believe in those, but
But yeah, I'm not
Ectomorphic
googling
body
my body type.
structure.
um, but yeah, I think it's
I
not
think everybody
necessarily
has
that you
a
don't
meat.
want you don't want a cool body. I think it might just be you haven't found the right motivation yet. And eventually that'll come along, or eventually something will happen and it'll
Oh
trigger
yeah.
you. Like
Oh,
for
that's what I
me, dude,
want.
like I didn't grow up like my whole family, no one in my family works out. Except well my mom,
Yeah.
but at the time,
Yeah.
really nobody, right? My mom wasn't like pushing this on me and she had just started working out like a year before I did. And I was a senior in high school. Some shit happened and I was like, you know, I'm just going to start working out and eating good.
Yeah.
And I did. That's just how it happened. So eventually, you never know. You might just something might happen, and one day you're just like, you know what? Let's do it.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean,
Or
I've been
but think
having
about
these.
this: the way that the chiropractor makes you feel, weightlifting will make you feel the same way
See
in a
that's
whole
another thing.
different way.
I've been thinking since I'm going to the chiropractor and stuff, like why not work out now to help with my because another thing, like he said I'm at a point where I don't really need to be adjusted. I just need to force myself to work on like cracking like I need to break habits of cracking my
Posture,
neck and posture and
yeah, the cracking the neck part. If you,
looking at
for
my
me,
phone like down here. Yeah, bro.
yeah, I get you.
He said that's all I gotta do
Is just
is
kind
just
of
break those
look up from your
habits.
phone sometimes, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But dude, for me, um, damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, yeah. What helped me get around popping my neck is just stretching it. Like I learned neck
Yeah.
stretches, so like I did
Oh no,
you
I've
know
been
this stretch,
going solid a week, bro. I
forward
haven't.
stretch, because
Yeah, I haven't cracked my neck, bro.
what's making what makes me crack my fucking neck is when my neck hurts, and most of the time that's just because I have tight muscles in my neck. I just
Yeah,
stretch them and it goes away.
yeah.
Sometimes I gotta stretch other parts of my back or my chest or something, but other than that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro.
He tried cracking my back, and he's like, dude, you're tense.
But yeah, it's because you got
Yeah,
tight muscles. You gotta stretch more.
yeah, yeah,
Stretching, especially in your back, it's easy to get tight muscles in your back when like the rest of your core and your other muscles aren't strong because your back is what's trying to keep you up.
yeah.
And if you're hunched a lot, it's gonna make your back tight and shit. So
Here, let me just get in my
yeah,
posture.
that's why you buy an ergonomic chair, John.
I have one.
I know. That's why you bought one is to put your back right.
Facts. I ended up
You know?
somehow buying the wrong one, but
It's because you didn't buy the one I sent to you.
no, I had two in my cart, and I accidentally bought the cheaper one.
Oh, nice,
And I
bro.
didn't want the cheaper one. I wanted the more expensive one. That was like actually nice.
Smooth.
Yeah. And I didn't realize until after I built it.
Damn, that's rough.
Yeah, so I was like, F this, bro. I'm not sending this back.
I bought my mom this same chair for Christmas, the Ergo Chair 2, because she was like only working from home. And then for my birthday, my parents bought me this one, the same chair. So I was like, you're just paying me back for it. It doesn't make but
Solid.
yeah, this is a definite solid choice. My back don't sweat no more because I'm not leaning back against a leather chair anymore.
Yeah. Same.
That's great.
I love it. I love having like the mesh
Yeah,
with the holes. Oh,
that's why my back doesn't sweat anymore. Because it's mesh
yeah.
and shit. It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro. Fuck. When I was going to a chiropractor, that was like 4 years ago. 4 years ago. Fucking, I went for my neck pain. I honestly don't think that he fixed the neck pain. I think it just worked itself out from me stretching and shit.
Yeah.
But he made like fucking when he did some scraping on my neck, which actually could have been the problem with my neck pain, is just because I had tight muscles and scraping breaks down the scar tissue and shit. But yeah, it was a great experience. The first time my hips ever popped was that guy. He fucking yanked on my legs and shit.
Yeah, I bet.
Made my hips
I've
pop.
only had one adjustment, but
That dude was the
I
type of
got more
dude that I would
coming.
have for a chiropractor simply because he was giving me advice when I wasn't in an appointment with him. So his office was in a gym and I worked out at that gym. And so I was doing squats one day. He walks up to me and he's like, "Hey, how you doing? Yeah, how's your neck doing and shit?" And he was like, "If you ever feel neck pain and you don't have an appointment, you can always get a bar like this," points at the bar, "put some weight on
Yeah.
the sides and get up underneath it and push against it." I'm like, "That's a genius idea." And I do that to this day when I have neck pain.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why. That's the type of chiropractor I want. Someone who's going to give me advice to avoid going to an appointment.
That's smart. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's what they told me. They're like, you don't really need to go. They're like, if you want to.
I mean,
But
you, like,
yeah.
isn't yours, like, kind of cheap? Because it's on your,
Yeah, dude, they're so cool.
yeah,
So my
your
dad
health
gets a good
shit.
discount because of his insurance.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they gave him 10% off for paying in full. So his ended up being like 500 something. And
For, wait,
then
for the one thing? Oh, for his insurance?
for all of his, it was just $500.
Mm.
Yeah, that's paid by insurance. Pay 10% off because we paid in full. And then for me, because I was with him and we were family, they gave me 50% off, and
So
mine
how
ended up
much
being
was
like
it?
480.
So how much was your one appointment?
My one,
Yeah.
but
Or did you guys buy like a package of appointments?
it was a
What was it?
package.
Okay.
Yeah, I only have like how many do I have? Crap.
How many appointments were in the package?
I have 16. My dad's got like 24.
16
So
appointments for 480. That's pretty baller.
yeah, so like $30 an appointment, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty
that's
good.
not bad. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
bro. It's kind
mine
of
was supposed
interesting
to
that
be
they do
like
like packages of appointments. I never knew that they did that. But I've only worked with one chiropractor, so I guess.
Well, they do the package to pay in full. So, like, if you have insurance, you can get the little discount or something, and also if you just want to pay in full.
Yeah.
But you can do like a day by day. But it's like, it probably would have been like $45 for me to go. So I was
It's
like,
still
screw
not
it, bro.
terrible.
I'm just gonna pay for it now. Which is like low key a way they get you to like keep going, but I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, they were honest. I mean, they were straight up. I mean, before I even went back, like, because your first time going, it's like $100. You got to get X-rays. They sit you down, tell you everything about the spine, tell you that if it curves, it like messes up, it interrupts the messages and whatever, and um, they just go in depth and tell you the different levels of how like severity of backs and like they can get every little detail about if you have back pain, what you're worried about. For me, I was more worried about how I was walking because I've been told that I walk kind of funny. And I was just also worried about my posture and the fact that I'm tall. I tend to slouch because most of the people I'm around are like shorter than me. So I like look down most of like my day.
Mm-hmm.
And even with how tech savvy I am, I'm always looking at a computer, always looking at my phone. Um, I mean, even when I'm on like videography jobs and stuff, I'm like getting in these weird positions to get shots or, you know, so I just went and I was like, these are my concerns and
How was
my
your shoot?
first. Hmm?
How was your shoot at the baseball games?
It was good. I haven't started working on the video yet, but there were pictures that he wanted to post on Instagram for the morning. So I got those done last night and they're pretty solid.
Yeah.
Um, he posted them all like they're all up there on Instagram. They look really good. Um,
Okay.
but they made these like special banners for with each. They had like 12
Right.
teams, and each team had a special banner made for them, and they just wanted a picture of each team with the banner.
Yeah.
So did that, and all of them on Instagram right now. Um, y'all can go check mine out. I'm assuming it'll be down there. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
sorry, I was tagged out. I was
No,
low
you good.
key. I we have some family stuff going on, so in regards to my dad's situation, we gotta kind of figure stuff out. So as it's coming up, I kind of just have to read. So I'm sorry if
That's
I'm
okay,
kind of
man.
the tuned out
Oh,
one.
you're
It's
good, man.
actually kind of cool listening to you guys kind of have a podcast without me. I've never been able to spy on you guys so intimately before. This is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Like, so this is how you guys talk when I'm not bogarting a room.
I mean, it's kind of how we talk in general. I mean, unless I'm in like a super goofy, like Josh being weird mood, but
Yeah.
Josh being weird mood is kind of lit though.
no,
It's
I
a
love
wild
Josh
card
being weird
for
mood.
sure.
Yeah, it doesn't get me girls, but it's fun.
That's funny.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's
No,
funny.
you know what? I tell you what, you're tempering yourself in fire because it's so hard to interact like through a screen with people that it's like if you just interacted
Yeah,
and spoke with like chicks around you, like you get with people by proximity, but it's a lot of soul stuff too, like a connection.
yeah.
So
I was beating myself up. That's one thing with being 20. I'm so insecure for no flipping reason. I don't know what your guys' age range is on this podcast, but literally, I can tell anyone you're insecure for no flipping reason. Because Zach has told me this, and so many people have been like, "You don't have a girlfriend, you blah, blah, blah." Like," and I've
well,
caught myself like I'm insecure for no reason. It's the
can I tell you some
insecurity is stupid.
no. Let me tell you some grown man game real quick.
Okay,
Because in my dad's passing, I've been thinking a lot about dynasty in a name, right?
yeah,
I've also experienced a lot in terms of um, baby type situations, you know. And what I can say, sorry to take like a serious tone, but bro, sometimes jacking off, like you ain't got to go the porn route. I mean, I guess you don't really have a spank bank yet, so maybe close your eyes and imagine
Oh, he's
how you
got
want to
enough
be.
going on.
You know
My
what I'm
little
saying?
brain.
Yeah, you got enough going on. Just close your eyes and just fucking spank one out. And I'm telling you, your stress will be relieved. But this is the weird thing about jacking off. It makes you have a dissociative experience. And so when you
facts.
spend too
Yeah,
much time in your head, you no longer become present in the emotion and in your body, you know? And all your breathing kind of changes and is different, right? It fucks
yeah,
up your chi flow. So the best way to do it is not to, but if you got to clear the pipes every now and again, you know what I mean? That's human. Uh Clear the pipes and
okay,
don't feel bad about it, you know? If you haven't found a girl that you actually vibe with and cherish, then you ain't got no business rolling the dice sometimes, you know, or it's just not worth it. It's not that you don't have no business. Sometimes it's a lot of fucking fun. And I'm not saying sex only has to be to make a baby, blah, 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 you know, nothing like that, bro. You're free. But I'm just saying, if you haven't walked into a room before and looked at a girl like, how the fuck are you uh doing? Like, what?
How the fuck are
What's
you doing?
yeah, you know? And she's like, I have never seen Oh, he's looking at me?
Oh my
He's looking at me.
god.
If you've never had one of those that's so electric that you just can't help but come up, she's with her girls, and you say, "Excuse me, y'all. I just gotta tell you, miss, you are so beautiful." Bro, if you have never had one of those, you ain't got no business popping it yet, you know? Keep that seed, bro. You know, make your experiences count, you know, for whatever they are, you know, and I guarantee you it's going to be a story because it's your story. So right now, you feel all kinds of anxiety or insecurity in a sense about this area of life that you're yet to experience. And that's so naive, you know, and I can tell you that it may not alleviate the feeling, but just knowing it, I just want you to hear it like from someone that's older than you that can say, like, bro, don't be worried about none of that. Like, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you might not have even figured that out yet, but it's going to come through your journey. And you're going to look around and be like, man, I feel like I always wanted to do this. And then you'll be like, fuck it, I might as well try it. Because eventually sitting and wondering is going to get to you, you know? Because if you got hustle in you, you're bound to go get it. I don't know what you're getting. Neither do you sometimes, but you're like, I just got to get something. And,
Yeah.
you know,
There was
that,
there
yeah.
was one time you and I were sitting in a parking lot. I can't remember where it was, but we were sitting in a
Mm-hmm.
parking lot and we were talking about anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And I was explaining you were telling me something about like you not really understanding anxiety or whatever, and I was explaining it to you, and I was like, anxiety is like thinking everyone sees the smallest detail about you. And I was explaining it about this guy that was walking through the parking lot, and he had a blue sweater on. I was like, if take this guy for example, wearing a blue sweater. For whatever reason, it fits weird on him to him. And now he
Mm-hmm.
thinks everyone is going to be seeing how weird it fits. But
Mm-hmm.
no one's seeing that. We're just seeing a guy in a blue sweater. That's
Mm-hmm.
how anxiety works. You're seeing the things that nobody else sees because you are the master of what you look like.
Yeah. And it's in a strange way having faith that in what you're worried about coming to be and to happen more than believing and having faith in what you want to happen, you know? So underneath all of that is a sense of unworthiness, and you don't have to necessarily go back and unpack at it because it's like, what are you looking at? It's like being like, I'm not gonna think about that thing that I'm thinking about. And you're like, what thing? That thing. And it's like, see, you're still thinking about it. You know, it's
Yeah.
something that fades in time as you shift your gaze elsewhere. But sometimes you just have to look at it at first and accept it in order to be able to do that. So sometimes one comes before the other. Sometimes you just get distracted and look back at it with different eyes and be like, oh, that's not so bad. See, I'm around people. People enjoy me, and it makes you feel a little better. And then one day, as you have multiple interactions that make you feel better and better and better, you're like, well, fuck, I get it. I'm the shit. And you just feel like you're ready to go.
Bro, for me, I had a similar like what you just explained, I had going through college. Because in the film program, I didn't feel like I was good enough to be there for a majority of the time we were in, right? And I was like, damn, everyone's making cooler shit than I am, and it's like this looks better, that's funnier, that's just more of what I wanted, and I felt like I didn't belong. And then
Mm-hmm.
what changed my mind, what flipped it around for me was almost at the very end was when everyone started asking me to help on their projects. And I was like, oh shit. And not just helping out as in like setting up a light, but like, hey, Zack, will you be my camera op? Will you be my
Yeah,
director of photography? I'm like, what
the
the
critical
fuck?
shit.
Yeah.
Hey, when we were on set, you were keeping people on schedule and making sure people didn't get too out of hand, but we're still encouraged. And like, bro, you on set is a whole other you. You're a force. Like when I see you on set, I'm always like, oh yeah, we got this. Once you can stand rooted in that, you become like a magnet for the other things that harmonize with it, and the things that are of a different frequency can't stand to be in your same energy space. And so either you guys miss each other, don't see each other, or just straight butt heads and go the opposite ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But something's going to happen because it's all frequency. And once you can come to accept in life that, like, you don't have to feel better about that subject. You don't have to feel confident in the area of your body in order to attract other partners in a sexual way. Look at a lot of musicians. They're ugly as shit, but something about their essence, and
Yeah.
how they
Money.
display themselves and carry themselves and will be really naked in a different way in front of people. It allows people to be comfortable being vulnerable and naked with them. And what happens? They got a ton of groupies, right? And they believe in themselves because once it starts happening, it's easier to believe that something's happened. Why? Because you've experienced it before. You know it's possible. You know,
Yeah.
but do you know it's possible for you? And that's where everything changes. Is when you do whatever you want to do, and that's why they say in the Bible, like, despise not the days of small beginnings. All right, if you start off small, right, like, you're gonna learn and craft your style, and over time that belief is gonna get bigger, and by the time you're up here, it's like nobody can tell me shit. I learned how to manage this. I learned how to navigate me. I know how to handle me when I'm, in these different places, and when I'm not, I'm find another way. It might be an expression that's positive, or it might be negative. We see a lot of people do drugs, you know?
Yeah.
No?
Like, musicians are weird because think about it. Some of the greatest songs that everybody loves are born out of just like raw tragic emotions and shit. And then we have people like Kurt Cobain that have to recite these same things over and over and over and over again, or something, or different artists,
Yeah.
and wonder why tapping into that emotion can drive them crazy in a sense, and in a way that's like their most human. Who made them, that's them to them, like, that's who made me, and these other people don't understand it, although they want this out of me, and I don't know how to get this out of me because it's not my reality anymore. So now I'm in this weird fake reality where I'm all successful and people are expecting these different things from me, and I don't have it in me to give, because I'm not that person anymore, but you want me to keep attached to this bag
Yeah.
of bricks, as Gunner would call it. He's like, you got an emotional bag of bricks. You got a bunch of bag of bricks. You got to just cut them bitches so you can run free, and you might be
Yeah.
addicted to different ways of talking to yourself, that aren't constructive. There's a difference between self-deprecating jokes and like actually tearing yourself down. And we can feel it, right? That's like the weird thing about comedy stand up, when people are like figuring out who they are, where you can see some jokes land and some jokes don't. And sometimes when that delivery's off on that self-deprecating shit, it's like, whoa, they really meant that in a whole, like, I felt how real that was in a way that wasn't
Yeah.
funny, like, it's real.
I have that. I feel like I give people that effect when I do blind jokes sometimes.
Mm.
Yeah. So like I'll do it randomly, but sometimes I have just bad timing with it, and I feel like it
Yeah.
might have thrown shit off. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not fucking. I don't actually feel like that about myself. So
Yeah.
it's like I just make the blind joke. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just bad timing.
Yeah. That's the difference. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Sometimes it's timing, sometimes it's like where you're at.
Yeah. Or
Let me
how
just
I
read,
say it and shit.
yeah, I'm gonna read this text real quick. You guys continue.
Yeah.
What are you
So
thinking about that, as a matter of fact, Josh? Because I appreciate you opening up and being like vulnerable about, in your youth, where you are, because you might not have these experiences, but you're open about your curiosity, and that's
No,
like
yeah. Well,
the
and
biggest thing.
that's what makes me curious is because I have like no experience with this. I mean, I'm not old enough to I mean, I've never had the curiosity of getting like a fake ID, so I've never been that rebellious kid. Um so I'm not at the point in my life. I'm not old enough to go into like a bar or anywhere you can like drink and just like have an interaction with someone there that's drinking. I mean, most of my interactions are like on the phone, like on the computer, that sort of thing. I mean, I do have social interactions, but I mean, it's mostly just at places where I'm comfortable already. But
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, work, church, the basics, my house.
Well, that's the thing. Like you kind of, some people are gonna be a wallflower, and some people are gonna go get it. You know,
Yeah,
and there's no right or wrong time to say I'm gonna do that.
yeah,
In
I,
reality, you're just gonna get it or you're not, and
yeah.
it comes down to your wanting to experience life. And
It's
sometimes
just
you want to get this thing that you don't even know what the fuck it is, but you're like, I want it so bad. You see
yeah.
Yeah.
people walking around holding hands. What the fuck is all that about? Like, what is up with
Yeah.
that?
I
You
want to
know?
fight these people now.
Where's- and then you're like, oh man, so that's
Where's my snuggle buddy? Damn it!
yeah. And then
I want to be a little spoon.
yeah, and then it's like, oh, this is a totally gross experience now. Just this chick snuggling this fucking sad dude. I've been on both ends of this, bro. I've had a crazy life, and I can tell you, bro, women are healers. Like for everybody's healers, but like women
Not for
have
bank
healed
accounts.
me in a different way. Women are so special. They take. My mom would always say, like, a real woman will take whatever you give her and give you more. If you give her love, she'll give you a baby. If you give her a house, she'll make it a home. If you give her food, she'll make you a meal. You know, whatever it is, if you give her a thought, she'll give you her opinion, a strategy of some sort, she'll take it on like that, whatever it is, and help make it more, and so you'll know, um, when you got a good chick with you, by those feelings, and she may give you things that aren't as traditional as that in a sense, because nowadays everyone's like, well, I don't need a man. I can do that myself. Well, what the fuck
Yeah.
ever, Well, then what's the point of some
Yeah.
help? What's the point of me
They're
being there? That's why I don't want to be
aggressively,
with you.
yeah. They're
They
So,
want to be
aggressively
independent.
independent.
Then they
yeah.
go to lift a freaking 5-pound box and they can't
Well,
lift that
sometimes
shit.
you're just nasty. Sometimes you're just mean
That
about it.
too. Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I fuck with you. I'm just trying to sit here and play with you. It's like slapping a dog in the face, and I'm just sitting there like, the fuck out of here, you fucking nut. And then
Mangy
you're like,
nut.
You're like, all right, so you go
Oh,
away.
I'm
I
definitely.
won't say that again, and then you come back. You want to hang out?
Wanna
No.
play?
Dude.
You got your
Fuck.
favorite toy. You drop it by her feet and just back up.
That's the thing, bro. Once a girl is
Fuck that.
cool, she's hard to leave.
Yeah.
If a chick ain't
Oh,
fucking
facts.
cool, bro, I don't give a shit how fire. Like that pussy might be the bomb, son, but bro, look at all these rappers that go back to their like original baby mom and shit, and girls be like 10, 30 times, 1,000 times finer, but he don't want you to be around all the time. You're just worried about what everyone else is doing and all this other phony ass shit. I bet you that chick's funny as shit. I bet you she like, he'd be like, man, you remember when you farted and I caught you while you was pouring the Cheerios or some shit? You know what I mean? Like stupid shit like that. That's what makes a guy like, ladies, this is your kryptonite right there. Fucking be cool. Like
Yeah, fucking
that's it.
be cool.
Yeah.
It is the greatest
For real,
strategy of
bro.
all time.
A
So
cool
much more.
chick
And
will
look,
blow
I
your
can't
mind.
tell
She's just awesome.
I can't tell you how to be a lady. I can't tell you what cool is. Like everyone's different. I'm not saying all girls have to be my kind of cool, but just be your kind of cool, and you'll find someone eventually who appreciates it, as long as you uphold some standards in the meantime. Because women want to give. They're like, when they love you, they want to show you, like, and they show you like this, affectionately through their body, because that's how they process things. It's just different. And it's not like super black and white. It's a whole bunch of gray area, different subjects bring out the different energy balances of feminine and masculine within all of us.
Yeah.
Like it's weird sometimes when you're observing couples and you're like, So the dude isn't like the man in certain situations. Like, say there's like something business wise. Maybe the woman is way more like commanding of that kind of thing, and he might be like with the kids just having fun,
Yeah.
and like that super
Yeah.
nurturing, well balanced thing, and he might just show up in a different way. Maybe that conversation gets out of hand. He might, hey, now it's
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
you know.
No kidding.
It's like it also is kind of like different love languages too. At the same time,
So many people have brought that up lately, and I can't say that I truly understand it, although I get it. Like, cause I'm like, I feel like it's hard for me to narrow it down. I like all that.
Here, I'll tell you what one you are. Acts of service, acts of kindness. So like giving people things. You've always said that you're an excellent gift giver, and you always
Okay.
are buying people stuff. You're always
What am
thinking
I?
of
What
what
am
you
I?
could get for someone, right?
Yeah.
I
But
think that's what you are.
I don't know, cause think about it. Like, I guess that could be a thing. I think you're right, because my words of affection are a gift. Like, whenever I give something, like I swear to God, I do it like a gift.
Yeah,
I try to
like
dress it up, and like even if it's just words, like in an experience
yeah.
that's kind of goofy. Oh, that just fucked me
And
up.
you
All right.
only tell people those things when you love them. You're showing them how much you care about them when you say those things.
Bro. All right. We can end the podcast. I don't know why the most single man is giving the best advice. Like,
Hey,
Look,
wisdom comes from all places, John.
yeah, like come on, what's going on here? Anyways, but
But,
yeah,
I'm,
that's
I'm
what I'm
gonna give
saying.
I'm gonna give you a different piece of game, bro, that people don't understand. If someone can make you mad, bro, anger is just love turned on its head. Like, they still got you.
Josh pisses me the fuck off all the
Yeah,
time.
so
Let's
that's your
go.
love. Like, you can't turn that passion off. Like, that's just your love coming out in a weird, different way, But it
Man,
means that they still gotta like
I love you,
hook
Zach.
in there,
Fuck you.
Yeah, bro. And so I don't know. I think life is mad interesting, and it's kind of about like you can contextualize things a certain way, but what's going to happen is so much bigger than you, even though
Yeah,
you're like the biggest part of that, right? It's going to come
Yeah.
through you. It's all centered around you. But like in some kind of way, it's so not about you. It's so much bigger.
it's all about it's all about perspective. And I've kind of broken down, and I've heard it broken down like this before. Reality broken down in 3 ways. There's the self perspective, there's someone else's perspective, and then there's all perspectives combined, right? So your perspective obviously is how you are seeing the world through your biased lens. No matter who you are, you have some type of bias in your brain that helps you perceive the world in a certain way. Number 2, it's your guys' perspectives to me, right?
Mm.
And then the final one, which is everyone's perspective together, is what actually is reality. It's everything without bias.
Look, you guys. I'm such a narcissist in this sense. Like, no one can vibrate for you.
No, I'm
Your
not
reality
saying anyone's vibrating for you. Like
There's what happened on black and white paper terms of like fact. This happened, but reality, like your perspective, is so ever changing. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Is like your perspective shapes your personal reality.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
and then
Right.
there's also your personal reality in relation to mine, because how you perceive the world and how you perceive my sentences is affects me too.
For me.
Yeah, it
Oh,
also
what?
affects me too.
Okay.
And that's what I'm
I didn't even-
saying. That's what I'm saying is like your perspective on the world affects me because of how you will respond to my perspective on the world, right? And then
We can only interact based on frequency, though.
yeah, but what I'm saying is like when I'm saying words, right?
Mhm.
I'm also saying them through my perspective of the world, right?
Yeah, yeah. You're
And
the
then
lexicon.
you're perceiving my words in a certain way, and then when you try to explain what you think I'm saying back to me, it affects my reality again. You see what I'm saying? So when I
yeah.
speak, you perceive it, and your perspective affects me somehow. And
But
then
that's
there's all of that combined that gets rid of all of the perspectives, and it's like this is just what the world is.
look, man. This is why I say perspective is the most expensive thing
Fact.
in the entire universe that is free.
And if you can try and learn
Because
someone else's perspective, oh my god.
it costs you something. You cannot learn different perspectives. Like you can't touch without being touched. You know, like it takes a level of vulnerability and malleability within your mind, you know?
You have the
And
ability to question yourself
well, yeah,
and
and
things.
uh, allow this crazy emotional journey to kind of shift. And you're because look, when you experience something, there's people that go through horrible things in life, you know,
Yeah.
but their ability to perceive life in a positive way is so much m- deeper because they can appreciate levels that other people haven't gone to,
Yeah.
you know, like the depth of their um, love of peace and each other. And those are the kind of people that you don't fuck with. Because when you fuck with those people and you get them to snap, mm, 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 that's a fight on your hands. Because that is someone who loves so deeply that when you turn that flame on, bro, it is inferno that happens out of people that truly love deeply and have been through some shit,
Dude,
you know?
that reminds me of The Punisher, the Netflix series, The Punisher.
Hmm.
In that, The Punisher at one point says, "You're one bad day from becoming me."
Mm.
Yeah. He's like, because The Punisher, what happened was his family was killed by
Oh
the
yeah, I love it.
same group of people that he did his special ops operations in the military with. And so then he went on a fucking rage fest. And
Mhm.
that's how he became who he was. And then that's just his bad day. He's like, "You're one bad day from becoming me."
That's why, like, honestly, I love watching podcasts from veterans because
Yeah.
they're live. There's so many extremely passionate veterans, and especially like the people that have made it really high up, spent like 20 or 30 years in service, you know, and especially people that saw like direct action in
Yeah,
different
multiple
missions and stuff like
tours and
that.
shit. Yeah.
Bro, those guys have so many stories of like harrowing experiences where you learn like this is what it means to stand up for what you love. Like, will you bleed for it?
Dude,
For real,
Jocko's
like,
podcast is the best way to find people like this.
will you bleed for it, bro? Like, cause I like the old guys. I look at the
Yeah.
fucking
Like
OGs,
World
you
War
know?
II, or are you talking about like not that old?
Oh yeah, if I can, there's a
Vietnam.
lot of interviews on World War II guys that are mad interesting, bro.
Yeah, Vietnam.
And
Those places.
yeah, it's interesting to see the way the perspectives changed. Looking at an army and military force that we had back then that was um, so much less structured and organized. There wasn't as much depth, you
Yeah.
know, and you begin to appreciate a lot of what happens behind the scenes that we know nothing about that's going on right now in this country that's um, maybe politically driven, but in times like where you hear these people's conversations about things they had to do and who they were saving and rescuing people and things like that. There's a lot of that shit that happens behind the scenes. And it does have a whole bunch of bodies attached to it, trail.
Yeah.
But the people that are left standing and what they tell and their appreciation of principles and morals and when told through the story, there's a dude, god, I feel so bad that I don't remember this gentleman's name right now, but I'm blanking it. I was just talking about him, but he was on Joe Rogan's podcast, and I was watching him talk about killing the man with a rock. Right?
Tim Kennedy?
No, no, no. It wasn't Tim Kennedy. I'm blanking his name. I'm really hoping it'll come back. Um,
I
but he
see you
was
on
an
chat.
American soldier, and he kills this guy, and he's in the process of fighting to the death with this dude. You know, he's about to smash his head with a fucking rock, right? And he said, I saw in his eyes a reflection of myself. That this guy could have been like me as a kid, thinking about like Red Dawn or something, you know, happening, and just like fighting for his country or whatever he believed in was right, you know, and just waiting to get to that point where like a war happened or having something to fight for. And he was like, this was in a strange way like a reflection of I could be this. And I saw myself in reverse of him,
Yeah.
you know. And when you hear these perspectives come from people that have really lived stories that involve um, deep perspectives like that and just savagery, you know, of what human beings can do,
Yeah.
you know, if they want to, you know, it gives you a huge perspective and difference of appreciation for people that go into the uncomfortable to make people comfortable. And whatever that means to you, however you fight that war and support that, that's like life and honor and integrity all wrapped into a pretty easy sentiment to get behind, you know? The hard part, and this is what Maya Angelou said. She said, the greatest virtue of all is courage, because without it, you can't practice anything else consistently. You have to have the courage to be brave again. You're not just brave off tops. Like, just because you're um, brave doesn't mean that the courage negates fear.
Yeah.
They exist together, you know? And at a certain point, some of these guys show how it doesn't exist. The fear aspect can be gone. And that is so empowering when people actually become comfortable within their bodies and within their full spectrum of emotion to not feel that they can't touch anger in a way that's righteous, you know?
Yeah.
And I think as men and women too, you know, and just everyone in our culture, you know, however we identify, everybody is fighting for something, and we realize there's a place for not just violent fighting, but fighting to take place within ourselves. And we have to become peace with the nature of war, because that's what life is. It's always ever changing. There's always a give and take, you know? And it's not that it isn't beautiful, it's what makes life worth living, having something to fight for, you know?
Yeah.
And when you're just free to do that and you're like, fuck it, all bets are off, but I'm putting all chips on the table and up. The kind of living that's and incredible things that you can do. These
Yeah.
men and women of our military really show us, you know, and we need to acknowledge that shit.
Yeah.
People died for us to sit here and have these conversations, you know?
Yeah.
That's
mean-
the real shit that people aren't really getting down to and talking about where people need to, you know?
Yeah, and these are like people that have families waiting for them, and I mean, lots of brothers and sisters, or who knows what, just waiting to have a simple hello, and then just you never know. I mean, there's people with whole that have more opportunities than we do, or even less than we do, and they're just risking it all so we can have this hour conversation. It's crazy. That is, I mean, like I mean, I've debated. I think everyone about nearly has the debate of joining the military or whatever, like whatever branch they like. And I've had my thoughts of. I mean, it's like, yo, I got nothing to do. Might as well join the military, you know. And
What
but
branch
for
would
the,
you go into?
uh,
You're a Space Force kind of guy.
no, it's either Army or Marines.
Yeah.
Those are the two. Yeah.
I know Kemper was looking at going into the Army, I think, right? At one point. I didn't get far enough. As soon as I knew I was like going blind, I knew I couldn't even attempt to think about where I would go. So I thought about it, and
Yeah.
then I was like, oh, I can't do it because of my eyes. Okay.
I don't know. You
That's
probably
where I
could
was.
know.
What? No.
Sure.
They won't take someone who's
Every,
legally blind.
yeah. Could you get drafted?
No, probably not.
Eh,
Like, they don't want someone who's a liability. I can't see like more than 50% of things
Hey, I've seen you play Call of Duty, bro.
on a 24-inch monitor.
Okay.
I see less
Go
than 10% of
go fly a
things.
drone for the military. That'd be fun. Flying a drone.
That would be pretty gnarly.
Or like they come out with like robots and
Or if
someone
they just
controls them.
come out with like a
I'd be
retinal
like
transplant.
Avatar, bro. Oh my
Yeah, that'd be
gosh.
pretty baller.
That'd be
You know, you
oh
just
my
link
goodness.
in with like an implant in your head and you just link into the fucking
Man,
drone.
maybe I'd find the love of my life for once. Should be another species.
You're too worried about the love of your life, bro. She'll find you.
Tell her hurry up.
No. You should be in no rush, bro. You're not even in the second quarter yet.
I'm barely in the first.
Well, you're getting near the end of the first. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, life expectancy is 80 years old, bro. Right? You're
Yes,
only
sir.
20, bro. You got 60 more years.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, but if in 60 years you haven't found the love of your life, there definitely is a problem with you. But but what I'm saying is you got time. You got time.
Yeah.
Fuck worrying about it, bro. It'll happen. Yeah, I get in the moods too about fucking wanting to be in a relationship and stuff and fucking, having someone to go through the world
Most
with me and shit. But for the most part, all of that will come to you when it's time. You know
I
what I'm
mean
saying?
most of my thinking about like when I have those moments like, oh, I wish I was in a relationship or it's it's just mainly like, oh, I think it'll make me a lot happier than I am or
Yeah.
this is like the cure to all my problems.
Yeah,
But then,
that's
like, you also got to think, like, when you get into a relationship, you're just multiplying those whatever's going on in your life. Like, if this person you're going to start dating or whatever, their issues are going to also become your issues, and your issues are going to be theirs. So you're both going to be taking care of each other's issues, and it's just going to stack and stack.
well, sometimes you're equipped to help her with the issues that she has, and she's equipped to help
Yeah.
you with the issues you have. So sometimes it
Yeah.
may not be that they're stacking. It may that just be like both of you are prepared to help each other,
Yeah.
right? A lot of people get caught up into this thing of you should be happy before you get into a relationship. And that's true. You don't need to be perfect before you get into a relationship. If you're happy and you go into a relationship, the relationship can only really make you happier, right? Especially
Yeah.
if it's a valuable relationship, right? If you get into it hoping it'll make you happy, that's a problem because then you're putting way too much pressure on the other person's shoulders. And it's like
Yeah.
3 weeks, 3 months, however long in, and you're like, you're not making me any happier. Now you're finding all these problems with the person and you're breaking them down too, rather than, you know, being ready for a relationship when you're, you know, when it's time, rather than just being like, this is what I need so that I can be happy with the world and shit like that. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's just about timing, bro. Same thing I said about weightlifting. If you, at some point, something will happen and it may just become that may just like be like, all right, let's do it. A girl might come along one day and you're just like, wow, this is,
Oh, here's a baby.
this was meant. Yeah, it's like, this is what Kemper was explaining. Like,
Yeah.
when you walk into a room and you see her and you're like, holy shit. And she's over there with her friends. Like, oh my God, is he looking? He's looking. Oh, he's coming over here. My God, do I look good? And then, boom, there you
Yeah.
are. It just happened. It's because it was
Yeah.
perfect timing. And I know it feels slow right now. Trust me. I know that feeling.
Yeah.
So, I know it feels slow, but it'll all happen in the right moment.
Yeah, I've always been taught. I mean, one thing as much as I do wish I was dating or whatever, and wish I had it so good this way or had this and that, and I mean, one thing I've been taught like very well is like patience.
Really? Is
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
as impatient as I seem, I've gotten a lot better with it. That
Oh,
was
true.
one of the biggest. Being patient has the biggest impact, I think, on your mental and just your overall.
Facts. Weightlifting will
It
teach you that.
okay. Well, let's talk about something I do know.
Yeah, no, I know.
Like talking to people. If you're patient and you take the time to just be quiet and listen and take in everything they say, and then also be patient with your response, like instead of instantly responding to someone,
Yeah.
taking time to wait, think about what you're gonna say. It's
Bro, you know what I'm realizing? Now, I do the exact same shit that you were
yeah,
just talking about. I think about it. Sometimes I think so much that I don't even say what I'm thinking. But
yeah,
um tonight I decided to I decided to have some caffeine before the podcast, okay? And I'm like, sometimes it's pretty awesome to just say what you're thinking without thinking about it too much, and then get the
Yeah.
most raw version of what you want to say. And that's what fucking Kemper does, and I'm just now learning this. So
What? Well, actually, no, I don't always do that.
you do think about your shit a lot, but I feel
I
like you're
actually
just
think
off the
about my
dome.
shit a lot. Y'all think I'm off the wall, but I'm actually fucking calculated with this
I
shit.
think you're off the dome
no,
with
you're
this.
definitely off the
Sometimes I'm a
wall.
straight loose cannon. I used to go into class and I would do book reports and shit. I'd never fucking write shit. I'd just tell it. But so yeah, you're right in that sense. Like I'm off the cuff, but I put a lot of care into the things that I do. If I don't care about something, bro, I ain't fucking with it. Like it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
bro,
so that's what I was
I
talking. Like, I
put a lot
don't
of
know,
care. Yeah.
bro. It's sometimes. I mean, sometimes it just feels
You're
good to
right
go
though.
out the dome with it.
Sorry, I nitpicked your shit.
Yeah, bro. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you,
That was
Kemper.
fuck you, bro. That was a bitch move on my part. I'm sorry. I just came back from my phone after like 30 minutes and just pulled a bitch move. So I'm sorry.
yeah.
But no, like, and I'm not necessarily just saying like, okay, my ideas are fresh right now. This is just a new idea I'm thinking of. Like, I'm still thinking about like everything that I'm saying. I've thought about, but I'm saying it in a new way, I guess is what I'm trying. What
Hold
I
on.
meant is
I,
like it's
I
just a
got
whole
it.
freestyle on a whole nother idea. But yeah, bro. I think too much sometimes, and then I'm quiet,
Yeah,
too
we all
quiet.
do.
I'm like, I don't talk enough. I feel like, and I feel like that's probably one of the if there was any social skill that I would want to be able to add to my tool belt, it would be being the ability to talk to people without feeling like I had to worry about coming up with a topic or carrying the conversation, because that would just be second nature, right? If I could
No.
just keep a conversation going, psh, bro.
A lot of it's just overthinking.
You're right.
Mm.
But I like to internalize other people's shit. But like, I don't know. Working at the gym has helped me get better at talking to strangers, I guess. It's been nice. It's helped a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been working there so
Usual.
long. People have started to come up to me during my workouts and talk to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So even though I
That's
have
cool.
like a don't talk to me face when I'm in the gym, and I've been told this very many times.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
RBF, bro.
Yeah, I
Hold
do.
on.
All right. Well, that everybody, Kemper had some technical issues that he had to handle, so we're gonna end the podcast here. Josh, obviously, thanks for being on, dude.
Yeah, man.
You're a little
I
bro.
love this podcast.
Fuck yeah.
Yo, before we end it, if y'all
What?
ain't subscribed, you gotta subscribe. You know, this podcast is up and coming. Nah, dude, come turn that camera on. Come say bye bye.
I'll take your sign off. Bye, people. Next time, some time with yourself. I hope you understand.
Big podcast about you know, yourself, life. So take everything with a grain of salt, but
Bro.
just learn yourself. That's the big lesson of the day.
Peace out, guys.
Peace out.